All right, so welcome to our spine cars video. All right, I'm your host, Chris Kelly, and today we're going to talk about how to articulate the spine. All right, so this is, again, I'm going to present you with several options and kind of several ways to feel, the right stuff working. And so when we talk about the spine, if we do a quick scan of our spine, typically I'll start in quadruped, and I'm going to attempt to start to drop from my lower back and just kind of move segment by segment up my lower back to my middle back to my upper back. I look up and then I do the opposite, start to segment up my lower back into flexion or up towards the ceiling and come down. Really what I'm looking for here are kind of stiff spots or spots that move together. Like for example, if you look at my lower back, I can segment that pretty individually and well, but when I get to here, oftentimes I'll drop everything together, and that's kind of what you'll find is you'll get to a certain point, and then a bunch of other things will drop together. Like for me, my upper back is definitely where I want to focus, okay? And so one of the ways that we start with that is just by using a pin, okay? And this would be like our level 1 version of what we're trying to do here. So if you have a hard time being in quadruped or you just can't really feel your back at all, this is where I want you to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pin here and I'm going to put it under the spot that I want to move. So I'm going to start under my tailbone here, kind of as an example. Okay, you're not going to really, actually I think you can see the pin a little bit, maybe not, but I'll stick it out here so you can see it. All right, let's pretend this is going all the way across my back. You should be able to feel that under kind of the vertebrae that we're working. And so what I want to do here is I'm just reaching for the ceiling. I'm taking my tailbone and I'm just like pushing into the pin. Okay, and I'm feeling the pin get heavy, my tailbone get heavy into the pin. And then I'm creating some space by arching off of the pin. And doing this is just kind of helping me to kind of work on that particular area and just get a little bit better control. Okay, and so in the beginning you could do this for your entire spine or just maybe hit 2 to 3 spots in each area of your spine. You're just going to make a note to yourself, like, where do I feel more and less control? But for me, knowing that it's my upper back, I'll take that, I'll put it here, and I'll just spend, a couple minutes on particular spots that I don't have good control over. So for me, I'm trying to move the upper back here without my pelvis and my lower back moving too. So it's just, and that's tough. It's as much movement as I can get there. And what you can also do is, Dawn, could you toss me a block there?
Yeah.
We can, my assistant Dawn, we can squeeze a block between our knees here, thank you, to kind of help to lock that out in order to just get movement from that spot. So work that spot, move up a little bit, same thing, work that spot. So again, the takeaway here is work on the area that doesn't seem to move very well, okay, and then do your cat camel again or start in that position, all right? Now let's say you can't do a cat camel for whatever reason, you can't get on the ground. We can start seated, okay? So we're going to do a seated cat camel here. And Don, could you do me a favor? Could you maybe pick the camera up here so we get a better view of me doing the seated cat camel? All right, and so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my hands on the wall. Maybe get a little closer, Don, so you can, okay. Just make sure we see my whole back here. Okay, so let's tilt down a little bit more, right about there. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to round my back, and now I want to start moving from my tailbone. So I'm going to start to just kind of push my tailbone or my lower back towards the wall. I'm going to move up my lower back, and continuing to move up my lower back until I come to the top here. And then I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to start to push my shoulder blades apart. I'm going to move to my middle back. All the way back down to my lower back. One more time. And people ask me about breathing here. I'll take a deep breath in here while my back is rounded. And exhale. As I arch, deep breath in. Exhale. As I round. Now, the eventual goal is to be able to get back into our cat camel. But what I'll notice now, we can just put that back down, Don, thank you so much. What I'll notice now is that as I do my cat camel, I can actually feel a little bit better control of both my upper back and the spots that I worked in my lower back as well. So what I want you to do is pick the variation of cat camel that works for you, whether it be seated or quadruped like I'm doing. Okay, and then focus on working spots where we don't have very good control with the pen. Okay, so scan your body first, whether seated or quadruped. Use the pen, kind of work on those areas, and then come back to it. You see how much better it feels. All right, it's a great way to start to work on your spine and be awesome.